Are you someone looking to discover what you really want out of life? If so, then this video might be for you. Stay tuned to the end because there's several tips that I'm going to share that will help you to discover exactly what that thing might be. Hello friends, Kathleen here, Chief Wealth Creator and founder of Diamond Academy. We specialize in manifestation and law of attraction for purpose-driven entrepreneurs. I want to thank you for tuning in and for subscribing. If you haven't already done so, I would encourage you to do it now. And don't forget to click the bell so you don't miss any of the content coming in the coming weeks. One of the questions that I get most often is, how do I know what I really want? And so that might be in personal life, it might be in business life, it might be in relationships and love. But the key is the not knowing what it is that you really want. And so this just really comes from a place of your guidance system being other people or external circumstances all around you. So I think about myself, for example. When I became a nurse, I didn't have this deep burning desire to be a nurse. Somebody told me one day I would make a good nurse. And then somebody else said that the nursing career was a great profession because there's always going to be jobs and there's always going to be a need for it. And so then I started talking about becoming a nurse with people and getting more advice. So what ended up happening is I built an idea of a career that I wanted to pursue, and I went back to school for it, based on other people's opinions of it. It wasn't a deep-rooted desire or want that I had within me. It's what I thought would be a good idea or what I should do. And so you might be resonating with this right now, this should idea. And so when you stop thinking about what other people think you should do, what society thinks you should do, this is where you really start to tap in to the idea of, what do I want? So having been someone that worked in the nursing industry and healthcare for 12 years, I was very deeply rooted in that. I had a lot of education, a lot of certifications, and my days were driven by the fact that I knew my job, I was confident in it, I was competent in it, and it just made sense to stay there. But I started thinking about, what do I really want? Do I want to work there and do this for 30 more years? And I realized, no, I don't think I do. And so that's likely where you're at right now watching this video, is you're aware that you might not be doing what you want, and you're seeking to find out, well, what do I want? So then I started to pay attention to things around me. I started to pay attention to people that were achieving success on social media, on the news, reading articles, in my personal life, in business, who were achieving things that I wanted to achieve. And I started to pay attention. So I didn't follow exactly what they were doing, but I noticed something. And I noticed that what I liked was the idea of being an entrepreneur. And so that's where I started to develop this want to work for myself. I started to develop this want to work from home. I thought about, well, what would it be like to be a CEO of my own company and things like this. And so this is how the desires I started to discover what I really wanted. Journaling can also be a beautiful way for you to do this. So you could take pen to paper and ask yourself, literally write at the top of the page, what would I love? So what would I love my relationships to be like? What would I love my income to be? Where would I love to live? How would I love to spend my days? And this is where you start to reveal some of the desires within. The next step, and one of my most valuable tools, is to tap into your imagination. So somebody will say, well, I'm thinking about becoming a real estate agent, or I'm thinking about becoming a travel agent, or I'm thinking about starting my own health business. And I often will say, Why don't you sit down, go into your imagination, and start to visualize yourself doing all three of those things. What would it be like to take people on house tours and to run open houses? What would it be like to know about all the different places in the world that you're going to send your clients to or recommend that they go to? And what would it be like to talk to other people about their health, maybe lead some health courses? And so what you're going to find in your imagination, you're going to see you do those things. And you're going to find out very, very quickly if it's something that you actually desire or if it doesn't really bring you too much joy in your imagination. So everything that we experience in life, we actually live it twice. And so I have said this quote before, that you only live twice. And what this means is you live first in the imagination, on the screen of your mind, and then you experience it in the physical, real world. So that's why it's so important to tap into your most valuable tool, which is your imagination. So after you've done your journaling about what would you love, sit down, close your eyes, see yourself having all of those things, and feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Maybe it's gratitude, maybe it's love, maybe it's pride and accomplishment. But when you tap into that emotion, you will know whether or not this is something that you truly want or if it's something that you're just doing because. I truly think that there's three different energies or three different places that you can sit in the spectrum. So you can be somebody who is sitting there saying, I don't know what I want, and you stay there and you never fully know. And then there's somebody who is, I'm not quite sure what I want, but I'm open to the opportunities, the experiences. And then there's the person who is, I absolutely know what it is that I desire, and I'm going to be persistent and hold the vision until it comes into the physical form. So wherever you are in that spectrum, you want to end up in that third place. What I often see though is that people stay in the I don't know what I want, I don't know what I want, I don't know what I want, I can't find it place, and they're not open to everything that happens. So we know that the law of attraction will bring things to you based on the energy that you're in. So if you're open to receive, you then have to pay attention to the opportunities, the people that you might meet, the ideas that come to your mind, and trust your intuition and move forward. You never want to stay in that place that you don't know, because you really do know. You just need to allow it to come to the surface. If you have found this video helpful, I would really encourage you to share it with a friend who might be seeking to change the course of their life, or who you think might need this message. And I would love to hear from you if you know what you want, or if you're someone who is looking for it right now. With gratitude, Kathleen.